What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Ruger, just the overall company as a whole. But anyways, this Ruger SR9C, not this exact one, but my second firearm ever was a Ruger SR9C, and I ended up getting rid of it because there was major issues with it. And when I was told they were fixed, there were still major issues with it. And I mean, this is a while ago. And maybe I didn't know as much as I thought I did, or wasn't as good at shooting or something. Maybe I was causing malfunctions, but it was a long time ago. And then as life works, it works in circles and things always come back. And in this case, it's a crazy story. I should tell you the story about the SR9C and how it all went down and how it all worked out and how I found it. But very, very interesting story behind that. Maybe I'll make a video on that. Anyways, I saw it in the stainless steel and I said, I got to get it. Now, I've had a couple Rugers, right? I've had a Ruger EC9S, a Ruger SR9C. I had the Ruger Security 9, and right now I have the Ruger LCP Max, right? And I kept obviously I came back to my SR9C, and I have the LCP Max, which I'm a big fan of, and I think that's a great pocket pistol, one of the best pocket pistols on the market, light as can be, great capacity. The LCP Max is an awesome, awesome firearm. Now, we'll also talk about the EC9S. The EC9S is a single stack, but what I love about that is they provide you can get a 9-round mag, I believe it is. So you have a 9+1 single stack setup, shorter than a Glock 43X, which is 10 rounds, OEM mag, thinner and light. And it's just a good overall economy firearm. Now, the LC9S is the more expensive version, but the EC9S is the economy version, which is basically what Ruger does. They make good firearms that function. It gives you everything you need, nothing more, nothing less, but a good overall firearm. And the EC9S was awesome. Don't ask me why I got rid of it. I probably saw something, made a split decision, and made a trade or traded it in, but I regret it, to be honest. It's one of those firearms, just like the SR9C. Although the reason I had to get rid of this is malfunctions, but ever since then I regretted it because I loved the shooting of it. I probably could have got parts offline and fixed it myself, and I just loved it. But anyways, with how fate goes, here we are again. Now the EC9S, I'm going to be getting another one of those because I love single stacks, and the EC9S has the ability to have a flush 7-round mag or the 9-round mag. And it's great ergonomics, super light and reliable, and I had a hoe grip on there, and I had a light. And it was just a perfect everyday carry setup for literally anything. And I loved it. So I had no issues there. Now comes the Security 9 that I got. Honestly, I love firearms that are about the size of a Glock 26, the Smith & Wesson M&P compacts or subcompacts. It depends on which gen we're talking. But basically anything with a 3.5-inch barrel and a short grip with capacity 9mm, I love. So Glock 26, Glock 27, Glock 33, Glock 39, Ruger SR9C, Ruger Security, all those basically. And I really enjoy that size firearm. I think it's perfect and it can flex into anything. If all you have is $400 to $500, you get any of those firearms, you can do everything with it. Literally everyday carry and home defense is simple if you make it simple. You don't have to spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to have a sick setup when literally all you need is something that runs with a nice light if you're going to be using it for home defense. And yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, I absolutely love this SR9C. It is a great shooter. It is great quality. But here is what I don't like. I don't like the Ruger Security 9 Compact, which is basically, if you look at the firearms side by side, they basically look like it's just a cheaper version of this. And this was a relatively cheap firearm. It was going for $300, $350. Nowadays you can find them for $250. But these are made so much better than the Security 9s. So much better. The second you pick this up and you feel that grip, the ergonomics, the rubber texturing on the back, the biggest thing for me is this awesome finish on the slide, awesome sights, a rail, just a great setup. But when you feel it, it feels like a quality firearm. It feels like it's built to last. It feels like a tank. It honestly feels like a larger version of my FN 503 because that's why I pocket carry this. It's built like a tank. I could literally beat the crap out of this and it'll be there for me when I need it. And it has had the crap beat out of it. This thing is getting there. But I love it. And that's how I feel about the Ruger SR9C. It just is good quality. My Ruger Security Compact that I had maybe like 7 to 10 months ago, I had it still. I had to get rid of it. It felt cheap and just, it didn't, I don't know. It just, something felt off about it. And then when you pick up the SR9C, you really realize that Ruger Security 9 went cheap. Now, obviously, Ruger discontinued the SR9C series. And I just feel like they went in the wrong direction. They were making budget firearms like this that are built to last, heavy duty. Yes, they may be a little heavier, but that really helps with shootability and so on. But just good quality firearms. Now I feel like with the not the LCP, sorry guys, with the securities coming out, those are just budget firearms that honestly feel cheaper than what they're worth. Whereas like a Taurus, for instance, I just feel like Tauruses should be more expensive than they are. They feel more expensive. You feel like you're getting a great buy, a great quality product for its price. Whereas the Security 9 Compact, I felt like I was getting gypped. I felt like I'm getting a cheap firearm, and it just felt cheap. And that's sort of how the LCP Max feels to me, a little cheap. But my LCP Max ran, and that's the difference. See, we can all get budget firearms and expensive firearms, and that doesn't mean anything. That individual firearm that you are holding and using must work. Like, you can have 10 people tell you that the Taurus GX4 has been their most reliable firearm, and you have 10,000 rounds through it, not a single issue. But you can go and pick up your GX4 and have major issues with it. So it's all about that individual firearm. And so I feel like with Ruger, I got 2 bad firearms, which I don't think had anything to do with me, but it could have. 2 bad firearms. But I had 3 firearms, the EC9S, the SR9C, and the LCP Max, that are all great. And I feel like the EC9S is also a firearm that feels really well built, feels like it's just ready to handle stuff. But this new security series, I don't know. I feel like they went backwards, discontinuing this and going to that. Now, I know the American series is a really nice, pistol group that they make. The American series is loved by a lot of people, but I just feel like it's so bulky and heavy that a lot of people are turned away from it. I feel like this SR9C is somewhere right in the middle. It's perfect. I'm telling you, this thing is like a Glock 26 in size. They also give you the pinky extensions that hang down here so you can get a full 3 fingers, not 2.5. But I just, with stuff like Taurus giving you great products that actually are decent quality, now the finish is terrible on them, but I just feel like you're getting a great value. Whereas with that Ruger Security 9 Compact, I felt like it was sort of junk. With the Max 9, I felt like it was sort of made crappy. But with something like this, yes, a little heavier, but just the overall quality is just unbelievable. I wish I had the Security 9 here to compare. Yes, this thing is used, but it's just good quality. I mean, it's like cars. Cars used to be able to take a beating and not be completely mangled. Nowadays, everything's made so cheap, they get mangled instantly. Anyways, I like Ruger as a company. I think they make great stuff. But for me, so far, it's been hit or miss. But I have the LCP Max that I love. I love this SR9C. And like I said, I'm getting another EC9S, and I have my reason why I'm getting that and what I'm going to use it for. But let me know in the comments your thoughts on Ruger. Thanks for watching.